Gary Lucas with Obsidian Painting, and today we're doing a review on the Infinity Solo by Harder and Steenbeck. It is an airbrush, and it is quite a good one. Now, up in the top left corner, you will see that I am doing, I'm taking it apart and putting it back together again. If you want, you can always stop the video, rewind later, and just watch that. I suggest, taking your airbrush apart and memorizing how it works. Do it like 1,000 times. Just get it so it's ingrained in your memory, because to clean the airbrush you have to take it apart. Okay, so memorize that. It's pretty simple. Now, this airbrush in particular is a gravity-fed dual-action airbrush. Now, gravity-fed means that the cup with the paint in it it feeds down into the needle in the chamber from gravity. Why that is important is because if you have a side feed or a bottom feed, then it's using suction and all this other stuff, and it's just a waste. Get gravity fed; it's better quality. Now this airbrush is a 0.5mm nozzle, which means it's very fine. That's like super fine. You'd be good with a 1 to 2mm nozzle. This is a 0.5. I wanted 0.5. for some reason. Great quality airbrush. It's made by Germans. We all know that Germans make good stuff. Don't even try to say they don't, because they do. So, this airbrush in particular, what dual action is, you can push the thing down, it then starts pushing air, and as you pull it back, paint is fed into the chamber and is pushed out. So that's what dual action means. Now, the thing at the back, the gold thing at the back, if you pull that out, you always have it pulled out, because if you leave it in and put that back part back on, it'll ruin the nozzle. So always keep it out. But as you're painting, what it does is a quick release mechanism, and it has a bunch of numbers on it. And you can twist it left or right to tighten or loosen it. Now, what it does is, the tighter it is, the less the trigger will pull back. So set it so the trigger only ever pulls back a certain distance. So you can only ever let a certain amount of paint out. It's genius. And what you can do is it'll save it. So it has like a little memory. And it'll save what you have, and then you just pull it out and it resets back to nothing. But then you can push it back in and it's back to what you saved it as. Now, once again, always clean your airbrush between changing paints. It helps it so there's no paint mixing going on. You get some strange colored paints, and also it helps because paint will dry inside the airbrush. You definitely don't want paint to dry inside the airbrush. That's not good. It makes it so painting with it is awful. Alright, so make sure you clean the airbrush, and I recommend just using rubbing alcohol or something like that. You can use Windex to kind of clean it, but I definitely recommend rubbing alcohol. And then Windex as a lubricant. I also use Windex to thin my paint to put through the airbrush. And then I also just use model air paint, which is pretty much the perfect consistency already. Sometimes I add a little bit of Windex to make it flow a little bit better. Yeah, so check this out. You can go get one of these at CanadianWargaming.com. They also have a compressor by Harder and Steenbeck, and it's genius. Go check them out. Alright?